Welcome. To the movie review. To the
Redacts. The Redacts movie review.
We're going to be going over Detective Pikachu. We saw this last week, right? So it's going to be a little bit...
Last Tuesday.
So it's been about a week since we've seen it. So it's going to be a little bit hazy in some of the plot points and stuff that we go over. But we're going to be trying to hit this real quick. This is going to be a pilot, a test run, if you will. So please let us know what we can do better, or what we can do, or who to fire.
Are we touching these right now?
I'm trying to make it symmetrical. But...
In my personal space.
Fuck your personal space.
My bubble.
I don't give a shit about you or your personal space. No. That was a joke. Okay. We're going to be going through first point.
That's sexual harassment, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm bringing that up
Is
with
Gary here? Gary from HR? The first point that we wanted to go over was the plot. So I guess we can go through, talk about the plot.
That shit was garbage. Trash. This motherfucker didn't do shit the whole movie, but walk in the place and they were like, hey, here you go, dog.
Here's the next
Here's
thing.
where you go. Everything happened for this man, and it makes me so upset. He didn't do or earn anything. Anybody could have been that person. They could have had another Pokemon that could just talk to him, go through this shit. That could also talk to humans. That's the only other requirement. They have to be able to talk to Pikachu and humans, and that's it.
Like that random Meowth from like Gen 1 from Team Rocket that could talk for some reason.
There you go.
They're just like, let's just let this
That would have been a
talk.
better movie if it was Meowth.
It was old Meowth, like he had like a cane and stuff. He was like, back in my day. God damn.
I'd be
He
okay
tries
with
to
that.
be good. That would have been pretty
I'd be
cool.
okay with that. Pikachu's just a staple.
I'd
Kind of
agree.
have to.
With the plot specifically, I think I'm glad that they went with something more innovative than just a guy who wants to be a Pokemon trainer and then like beating the first gym or something, and that'd be the movie.
I get that.
So I didn't want a situation where like Jim Carrey and A Series of Unfortunate Events, where we had the first 3 books in that first movie and then it just got canceled. It was like, fuck. So I'm glad that we didn't have a situation where it was like, oh, there's going to be more, but it didn't do well enough or whatever have you. So I'm glad it was a unique plot instead of something that would be more typical that you would see from like a Pokemon movie.
I mean, it's an all ages movie, so like I think it did good as far as that's concerned. Like, it doesn't have to be deep or have the guy actually do detective work to advance the plot.
Pikachu
Like,
had to be the detective.
it was all, spoiler alert, you know, the Pikachu from when he was actually a detective and not Pikachu, that kind of just made everything fall in place.
Yeah, it was a fun movie for sure, but god damn, they just walked through that plot like
So
an open field
small
of
gripe.
flowers.
That's why it's an out of 10.
Yeah,
Or a 3 on your scale.
that's his scale.
Your scale. Whoever's
on the K scale.
I use
Yeah.
a real scale.
It's like that meme where
The way
it's
to
like
good
that dude
in a bag.
who's like, I want the real whatever, and then like there's multiple pictures, and the last one just says perfection.
Oh,
I want the
from
real movie scale.
Yeah, from X-Men.
Yeah. Yep. The next thing we'll go over is visuals. We'll go over the plot. So how do you think the Pokemans looked? How was the visuals?
You wanna go first
of
on
the
that?
movie?
I think they looked pretty good. Probably on par with Sonic. No, probably a little bit better.
Damn.
I don't know why Sonic
That's
getting all that
rough.
hate. We'll talk about that later. But no, I thought it was fine. Kind of what you'd expect. They all looked what you'd expect out of the Pokemon. Colors are fine. None of them looked weird.
Which was good.
Can you imagine if Pikachu was like actually way smaller, had more elongated ears, and was like a Pichu instead?
Way more hair. That was like the shot in the dark with this Pokemon movie was the first time we see Pokemon with hair. You know what I'm saying? Like a realistic
True.
version of Pikachu. This is the first time. So ever since then, it's just been lines. Like, there's his face. Boop, like a smiley face. Doo, doo, whoop. You know what I'm saying? And then now we have a fuzzy smiley face. But it ended up being fine. There was a couple that looked a little weird, but not because of lack of skill in the VFX department. I think it was just they never were designed to be live action. Probably why they had a short cast of Pokemon in general. It was like 20 or 25 Pokemon overall that
Probably
we
something
saw.
like that, yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part, and this is the line that I love the most, was the part where the journalist chick, she's like, well, I do a side column about, you know, top 10 cutest Pokemons, but they're all cute. No, they weren't. There was like 2 cute Pokemon that whole movie. They were monster versions of all the Pokemon in Pokemon.
They were scary.
Imagine taking your kids to that and him just being like, I have a Charmander right now. He's my favorite Pokemon. And then Charizard comes through looking realistic as fuck, like a real fucking dragon, like Game of Thrones style, just fucking blowing fire everywhere.
Bless.
That was the only thing I didn't like, is that they were very realistic. And if they were brought into real life, that's what they'd look like. They lost all the cuteness. Every Pokemon's pretty much cute, but none of them were fucking cute besides Pikachu, which thank God, because fuck, if the main one wasn't cute. And you know who else looked cute? Looking like a real snack, Mewtwo.
Looking like a real snack.
Looking like a real snack. Mewtwo looked pretty good.
You know, look cute though.
Oh, he was cute.
What was cute about him?
His power. I'm attracted to power. He looked real cute.
I hate you so much.
More power. Like Home Improvement. Tim Allen. More power.
All right.
Why do I live here?
The next topic's gonna be
Why do I
delivery.
live?
So we're talking about delivery, how well they took the story with the visuals and the plot, and they handed it to you. How was the delivery of the movie?
I mean, delivery.
Fantastic. Say it was fantastic.
I think.
Fantastic. Do you ever want to work in this business ever again?
For the rough plot, you know, the walkthrough baby kindergarten script of a plot with pretty good visuals, I think they delivered it well. Like, I enjoyed the movie and like the whole time, and then I thought about it like during the credits, like the 2-3 minutes we sat there, I was like, wait, this movie had this, all of this was wrong. What the hell? But I had a good time watching it. It's a very fun movie.
This also includes visual effects, editing, the post editing that they do and stuff, cutting and transitions and everything else.
I think it delivered well.
Delivered well.
Like, considering the plot they had.
We need to have
They had holograms. Okay.
It's true.
This is true.
This is true. Some high tech.
That's already impressive.
It looked good too. It was good holograms.
Yeah. Those are really good effects.
We need a separate scale for delivery, probably from like Hellboy to something else. Hellboy with shit on the delivery.
I love Hellboy.
I thought Hellboy, like, it had some bad parts for sure, especially that ogre fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, no,
the
that
troll
was so
fight.
Sick.
That was so fun.
That was so sick.
He was
rough.
faster than Sonic at some points, dog.
Yeah,
These edits.
it's supposed to be over the top. It was sick.
It-
If you shut off your brain for it and just enjoyed the ride, it was sick.
That's
Kinda
every
like this.
movie ever, dog.
Kind of like the K
No.
scale.
No, there's some that are just awful.
If you shut your brain off, you could be like, man,
It's
Sebastian from Little Mermaid, that man was hot. That joint was lit.
No,
That boy was good.
I mean, if you shut your brain off for like a boring movie, that it's still gonna stay boring, and you're just gonna put yourself to sleep
Yeah.
forever.
Fair enough.
Oh, that sounds good.
Dead.
Wrapping up on delivery there, we're going to be going to good overall. So what was the best parts of the movie that you thought were the best parts of the movie? What were those parts of the movie that were the best for you?
Ooh.
The best parts.
What was super absurd, probably one of the most absurd parts, but was really cool, was to see all the turtles come out of the ground. The Pterosaurs or whatever they're called. I don't
yeah.
even know. The
Yeah,
grass
yeah.
one. That's the little turtle.
I don't know Pokemon
like
either.
Venus
And they were like
minus.
the mountains. Yeah, that looked super cool. It was ridiculous as hell, but that was super fucking cool. Nobody noticed all these mountains pop up, but whatever. We're not gonna talk about it.
We ain't gonna talk about that, but okay.
It's been 6 months and these mountains have grown. A giant mountainous region.
Imagine a dude just has like a farmland out there or something. He just walks out one day and there's just like a mountain, just
Yeah,
foot of a mountain. Like, the hell did I get this shit from?
my crop.
Oh no, my land, my property.
One of them catches on fire. This dude's whole weed crop blows up. It's fucking like, woo.
God. Good overall for you, Stu. What was something that you thought was very unique, didn't see coming?
That I didn't see coming.
Some good shit, yeah. What was some good shit?
Probably the turtles too.
The turtles, too?
Yeah.
I'll agree on that
They
too.
started shit. I was like, "What the hell?
is this
Why are they
some,
earthquakes
uh,
and stuff? Like, this doesn't make any sense." We saw the dudes already up in
Up
the
little-
glass
little thingy.
habitats, you know. It's just like, oh, we just let them out. They're like gigantic. We just let them out of here.
The
No
door
problem.
is not really there. They're just little flappy plastic things. They could have walked out at any
Yeah.
time. What's that movie that starts with an I that's talking about like dreaming and stuff? And you're inside of dreams and dreams and dreams.
Inception?
Inception.
Oh,
Yeah.
iRobot.
iRobot. It
iRobot.
was very Inception-y at the very start. It looked like it was curling over.
Yeah, which
I thought it was
made it
pretty
even
cool.
more confusing. Honestly, you were
Yeah, I
like,
was
Whoever
lost.
had
this
that decision was
doesn't
good.
this doesn't work this way.
I also have no clue. I thought about it later. I have no clue how they got to the eyeball. I was tracking them. They were running up, but then like there was a fold that they got caught in. I'm like, what folded on this man if they're on his back the whole time? What happened? And how did they end up
Two
next to his
separate ones,
eyes?
but
Fucking
yeah.
elbow.
It'd be fun to actually analyze that scene now that you like know what it is and like try and map out where they
Where
were.
they went.
Pull on MS Paint, just
My favorite, oh man, my favorite part of that was where the whole thing happened. They were running on these mountain turtles, all this crazy shit's going on, and the only thing that happens is Pikachu gets hit in the heart with a little pebble.
Yeah, that's a little rough. That's a good transition to the bad point. So I thought that was a pretty bad point.
That was
I thought that was a pretty.
that was absolutely.
Eh.
I'll give a movie a lot, like walking through points to points to points. That was the one where I was like, all right, now you don't get any grace anymore, because after Pikachu they go through all of that, and only Pikachu gets hit with a little itty bitty rock, and it's long enough for you to take a fucking 10-mile hike with Bulbasaurs through the forest all the way to Mewtwo. By the way, next plot point.
God. Yeah.
Oh, and then Mewtwo's caught. They were behind you somehow.
They followed you through all this ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty bad, and there were so many Sneasels, if you remember.
Yeah,
Those
the cat you were talking
little
about.
cat thing. There was so many of them. There was a point where after they returned or they split the masters from their Pokemon partners, they split them up towards the end of the movie. There was a shot of the street, and the whole left side of the street was nothing but Sneasels. That whole bitch, and I was like, you couldn't have put something else there. Like that's all I
No.
saw in that whole thing. I was like, there's one Charmander, there's like a Bulbasaur, and then like a Snuggle, whatever the fuck that one's called.
I don't.
And it was just Sneasels throughout the whole fucking thing. I'm like, for such an underrated like Pokemon that everyone like was like, oh yeah, it's whatever. Like they threw that shit in there way too much. I thought.
I mean, it's easy to do.
I thought that for the bad overall.
Simple colors, simple design. Throw that bitch in
And
there.
then they had like 2 or 3 Tokepis. And they were like, oh yeah, here's Togepi. I'm like, that would have been way
Togepi's are
cooler.
rare, dog.
I thought that would have been way cooler than fucking Sneasels.
Here's what I bet.
There should have been Weedles and stuff everywhere. Actually.
Yeah, or like an Oddish or something. I
like
feel like
there
those
should have
would've
just been patches of grass all along the city where it's just like Weedle.
Or you see a
I
random
bet-
Caterpie on a tree.
I bet there was a ton of Pokemon that they just had like little one-offs of, or like just in the sides of shots and stuff.
No.
You would think
bet there was
so,
a
but
ton.
they would have to model that.
Yeah,
remember-
that would
I
go
remember-
against cost of production.
I remember one scene that I 100% know that they hit a Pokemon, and they did like an overarching shot towards the beginning of the film of like the trains going over, and there was one Pokemon just like dancing around on the side of like the fucking platform where the trains like raised above the streets and stuff. That was the one I noticed.
Do you know which
I
Pokemon it
didn't even
was?
look
No, it
into
had
it.
like some weird ass head.
All the
'Cause, I
ones
mean,
that I saw,
That could have just been like
saw it
another
other places.
Jigglypuff, which you saw in the
It
bar
wasn't no
scene or whatever.
Jigglypuff.
There was a couple in the crowds too that I saw.
Yeah.
I bet they had a lot in there.
I would say that there was hidden shit in there for sure, but I feel like a lot of the models were the only model they even had. Did they have any more Pikachus? Or was that the only Pikachu?
That was the
Ooh.
only Pikachu, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so Pikachu and Mewtwo were the only 2 ones that I saw that weren't used over again. Even the green dude in the bar, the one he was asking for coffee.
That would have been like
there was
really.
another one I saw. Those
That would have been
too.
kind of interesting if there were other Pikachus, especially like a female one that Ryan Reynolds' Pikachu character could have like interacted with.
God fucking Christ!
Not like an actual
he
romantic
hooks
thing.
his Pikachu up with that female Pikachu, not realizing it's his dad.
God bless.
It's a sitcom, boys.
All right, we're
I would say
going.
they could have. They could have.
Yeah.
They had the Pikachu model already made.
This is true. We're going on to actor choices now. So, what do you think about overall actor choices for any of the main characters? I think we just keep sub characters out because they don't really matter.
My favorite character was the green sombrero guy from the bar. My favorite character. It was
I'm
perfect.
talking about non-Pokemon characters.
Actors.
Yeah, actors.
Well, obviously, Ryan
voice
Reynolds is the only reason that movie is worth even seeing, pretty much. Besides seeing cool Pokemon, but that shit would get boring after like 10 minutes. I do like how they have like, I don't know if that dude, the main person, I don't even remember his name from the movie. I don't know if he's been in anything else, but I like that
Something Smith.
Justice?
Justin Smith. Justice
No, I think it was
Smith?
Justice.
some
Justice
shit
Smith.
Okay.
I'm
I
terrible
have
with
no
names,
idea.
but
I've never
Yeah.
seen him before.
I think
I've never seen him before either, which is what I like. This is a movie where you could have a very unknown actor come in and
do well.
do
There was
well,
a couple of parts
potentially.
where I thought he was like,
Yeah.
a little bit overacting, especially when he was in
like
his
when he was
house.
sitting with the Pikachu out on the benches.
It was
yeah.
like there's a couple parts I'm like,
Yeah.
I can tell that you're acting right now, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But he did well overall. I give him
Yeah.
like 85 out of 100 on acting.
I think he did good
I
too.
think he did good.
Which
A
is
couple
what I
points,
liked.
like meh, whatever. The other chick, blonde haired chick, I think she did fine. I've seen her in a bunch of other stuff. I never had a problem with her. As far as the actor choices, them being casted for the roles, I think they fit fine. I don't really have any issues with any of the casting.
my one complaint is honestly, everyone gives Ryan Reynolds a lot of props. Respectable, because he's Ryan Reynolds. You know, he's not the greatest Green Lantern, but he plays mean Deadpool. That's just
He's
who
not
he
the
is
greatest
as a
Green
person.
Lantern.
So Detective Pikachu kind of makes sense. He brought the silliness, the fun. But instead of Ryan Reynolds, if we could have brought back
Will Smith.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
the old Eddie Murphy.
He's
dead.
Is he dead?
Maybe.
He's not.
I don't know.
I don't think he's dead.
He was just in that.
But I like where your mind is.
Wait.
Let me throw a twist to it. A little bit of that lemon lime zest.
Okay.
Chris Rock.
y'all just naming off this
What
black
all these lackatoons
actors
doing?
Will Smith.
No, Will Smith would probably be like a tinge too serious in this silliness.
Yeah, I feel like him as Pikachu is too ridiculous.
Like Eddie Murphy's
they needed a
already
white
done a
guy.
bunch of cop movies and whatnot, you know, so he could fit the detective seriousness of the movie.
I could see him
and
maybe
not
doing Pikachu.
take away from it. Like
I also think a good thing for Reynolds that brought to the table, he has a very neutral voice a lot of the times. So coming from a Pokemon and not having a very distinct, like,
I got you.
oh, this is the mule from Shrek. This is the donkey from Shrek voice. You know what I'm
Why you
saying?
coming in Chris Rock like that?
You know what I'm saying? Like, a very unique, or like Mike Myers or something like something very, very.
Oh
unique.
my God, Pikachu!
That's not Pikachu.
Yeah, baby, just sipping a cappuccino. That's the stuff.
Or oh, I had a good one too. Fuck. Mike Tyson.
No.
Doing some super. I don't think you could have had any of those people in that
Pikachu
role.
with the face tattoo.
when Pikachu's fighting Charizard in the arena, like Pikachu's not fighting back, Charizard just beating him up. He's just changing voices on him from like one person
These
to
are all the
another.
other choices we had.
His face is just getting flattened, changing to something else. His eyes are getting all googly and like, I'm dying, please. Tail whip.
God bless. Anything else for characters or details of characters?
No,
Details of
okay.
actors?
I'm good there.
Good
I wanted
then.
to throw out my boy Eddie Murphy.
Next point's memes. Probably a quick one. Was there any good memes?
The
Was there
whole
any
movie.
overrated memes?
The whole movie was just a
That was the
meme.
comedy variant in the movie.
Okay, now I get what you're saying. Fucking my man from the bar with the sombrero. Forget what his name is, Lakitu or something.
Some shit like that.
He was the best meme.
That was a good one. That definitely was.
That
I
was-
thought comedy was fine. Pikachu had a lot of witty stuff to come back
Yeah.
with. I thought it was good.
I thought it was good, but for me, it felt too Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
That was my issue.
He talks about nipples a lot, and he actually made a nipple joke in the shit.
It felt like Ryan Reynolds like co-wrote the entire movie.
Wouldn't be surprised either. I thought the comedy variant was fine. I think there was just enough where they could still have serious moments and not be like forced memery.
Yeah,
But it
it
is
felt like
definitely
I'd seen his role before in other movies, such as Deadpool.
Green Lantern. Oh, Deadpool. Yeah, true.
Where he's allowed to be more free
and do what he wants
with his stuff. Yeah. And I think because of his success with that, it's just kind of going to be allowed to be his thing now.
It's kind of like when you see what's that dude who played Flubber? What's his name? I can't believe
Robin Williams.
It's like Robin Williams movies where he has like that very unique comedy from him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those situations where you know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Plot holes. It's gonna be the next topic. Plot holes. Is there any big plot holes that
the whole movie
that was obvious or something that you would have rather seen as far as plot stuff goes? Don't gotta answer if we don't have it. We can just continue on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
We can also take like 5 on this because
we can cut
edit.
Shit. Yeah, we can fucking cut this shit.
I mean, plot holes. The only thing that I would consider a plot hole is like, how the hell does he understand Pikachu? Because he's his dad. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
That's supposed to be the relation for the reason as to why, but it's honestly a terrible reason why he can.
Yeah, that shit's dumb.
But it's just thrown in there because it's an all ages film, honestly.
And then
they had to give some sort of reason.
I would have rather them be like, oh, you had a weird interaction with the R stuff. And you can like.
I mean, that could be it.
Pikachu, you can talk to more Pokemon.
That
not just
could,
Pikachu. I would have rather him being able to talk.
You
know what I'm saying? Like he's like the only one that could talk to Pokemon, so he's a detective now. Like that kind of plot, I think would have been pretty cool.
I mean, the R could have had something to do with it because that's what I thought it was at first. Because he didn't talk to Pikachu at all, and then he like sniffed the R, and then Pikachu came.
Yeah, but then the problem with that is literally everyone else would just be huffing R the entire time. Like, oh my god, I can talk to Pokemon.
Well, yeah,
but it would like if it was it
would cause more issues if that was possible.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They would have to change up the dynamic of what the R was. It would have to be like a one-off thing, or a science thing, or something.
Like the reason why he could speak to Pikachu was such a minor thing that they could just throw in there and put in. You know, when Ryan Reynolds shows up later as his dad, like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense, even though it's not a very good logical reason. They still gave you like some sort of reason instead of just, oh, you're a special child, you know?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I'm glad it was something else besides a you were born with a talent thing. At least it didn't go
especially
that route.
Because he's terrible with Pokemon his entire life, and then suddenly this Pikachu you can talk to. Great.
I would have been glad if it was something else than he was born with it. If it was something else, it's nothing. There's no reason.
Well, did he just be a Pokemon master because he can talk to Pokemon?
Yeah, there's no reason for him not to be a trainer then.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad they didn't go that route because I don't want like a Pokemon trainer. Like, just beat the first motherfucker in the world.
I mean, if he was like a Doolittle of Pokemon, it would honestly let him be an actual detective, and then they just change the dynamic of the whole thing where his father's not a thing in it. He's just a detective. His partner's Pikachu.
Maybe he's older.
And they're being all Starsky and Hutch the whole movie.
He could have been Will Smith.
That would have been cool.
That's what I was saying.
That would have been sick.
I would have accepted that plot.
I'd have liked that way better. Regardless.
Maybe in number 2 when they're thinking about talking Pokemon.
Maybe.
So that was story issues and plot holes. I wanted to bring something up that I forgot. The only thing that I wish they would have done with the current plot was because they mentioned how Mewtwo, this was like a continuation sort of from the Pokemon the first movie when he was actually created, because they mentioned how Mewtwo is 20 years old now. So this is in the future.
Oh, did they mention that?
Yeah, in the movie they were like, oh, like 20 years ago Mewtwo was created and blah blah blah, and he was captured, and then we found him again and recaptured him. So I thought it was going to have more interaction with the first movie, Pokemon the first movie, the animated one, but that was the only connection. That was literally the only connection. So I was like, I wish there was more to it. As far as it would have been cool if it was like a continuation or something of that, or like their ancestors, or this is the kid from them, or some shit. And then they made a new plot out of that with the detective split off. I thought that would have been pretty cool, but even though they just minorly mentioned it, I thought it was pretty neat. I wish it was more, but besides that, I think that's the only real story issue.
So, like a common trend with Pokemon movies is always like they throw whatever the coolest, most legendary, ridiculous Pokemon is just like, okay, this is going to be the major character of the movie. They could have done like an actual cool detective thing with like an evil ring of just
motherfuckers.
even Team Rocket. It could have just been Team Rocket being
instead
the
of
bad
having
dudes.
this is the R
or one of the other ones from any of the other generations of games. I'm not familiar with them.
There's a Aqua, Magma, fucking.
There's tons of them where it could have just been like they could have actually made like a whole like series out of those where it's like the evil organizations start interconnecting and going to different places. That could have they could have done that.
Yeah, it's possible for the future as well. This could have been
low-reaching branches right now.
This could have been a just testing the water to see how a live-action Pokemon movie would be delivered.
Be accepted.
Yeah. If it does
Pokemon,
well, and blah blah blah. Yep. So
the Pokemon fan base is like so fanatical. They would be more upset if it was terrible. You could throw out like an inadequate one, like this was it was fine. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was fun overall. Cool. Everyone's happy at the end of the day.
Especially now that OG Pokemon lovers are starting to get into their 30s or their early 30s now. So at least around that range.
Yeah.
So their kids are going to be going. So I don't know. We'll see. If they make more movies, it could be cool, especially live action stuff. Not that it's an option. I don't think they did.
Oh, there was a problem with what you said. You said these Pokemon fans are having kids. Is that a thing?
Yeah. That's why we had that screaming fucking baby throughout the whole goddamn movie. We went and saw it. It was just. It's like, God damn it, this fucking kid.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense because, man, I remember those people getting bullied in school, and you just like, wow, they're having kids now.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
But then they conquered the Final Four, and they were like, "What up? Steal your girl. See you later, jock. What up, bitch?
You little baby."
I got all 3 of the legendary birds. Fuck boy. See you later.
We got 3 more short topics before we get to our ratings. So we'll do expectations. What would you go into this? How did you go into this? What did you expect? Then coming out of it,
I didn't expect shit except for it being a Ryan Reynolds film. Honestly,
what was your expectation going in?
I expected, since it was like this. Oh no, my dad's lost. Fucking. Oh, I could talk to this.
But
Pikachu.
did you know that beforehand?
Yeah,
it was in the trailer.
Yeah, it was in like all the trailers and stuff. The whole point is them finding the dad.
Okay.
I was going into it like, oh, this might be kind of cool, and it's Pokemon on top. That's interesting. I thought it was going to be like a cool detective story, and then Pokemon's on top. And it was Pokemon, and then there's also a little bit of story.
It was Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. We're going to throw this kid on top.
Have a reason for him to run around. Yeah. Oh, goddamn. Oops. About the same. I expected a little bit different with the plot, even though we knew it was a detective. The detective plot line. I thought it was gonna be a little bit different, but it was okay, I guess. From that point, from what I expected, the pretty extreme shit though. So I knew I wasn't.
How extreme?
A continuation of the first fucking movie ever created of Pokemon. That's what I was expecting.
Was it in the trailer that they were mentioning the fucking 20 years ago Mewtwo was created?
No, but they had Mewtwo, so I was just expecting.
Oh, but you were just expecting that they would do.
Yeah,
no.
they were gonna connect that too.
I thought that would definitely be way too weird because from cartoon or animation to live action thing.
We saw him in a similar like captive cell that he was in the first movie.
Yeah,
so.
where maybe they take ideas from the first one and kind of reform it again.
Oh, maybe it's some kind of shit. Maybe it's like a different viewing of the first movie or something. I thought it was going to be more integrated with the first movie, but it wasn't. But that's fine. Like the plot was still fine. I still heavily think that this movie was basically just let's dip our toe in the water and find someone famous that'll help push it. Oh, Ryan Reynolds, cool. Let's do this project and see how live action Pokemon works, so we can do more shit in the future. Because this is a whole new demographic, a whole new media for Pokemon that hasn't been explored before. So if this does well, then they're just going to start pumping these bad boys out too.
I think it was mostly just to stay relevant, honestly.
All of the last Pokemon series have been doing great.
Well, what I mean is like, yeah, outside of the games, you know, they still want to reach the other demographics and whatnot, like they did with Pokemon Go. They didn't have to do a Pokemon Go, but they did because it's like why not?
This is true.
You know, so if someone approaches them with one of these ideas, they're like, well, can we make it happen? Sure, let's throw money at it. Cool. We make money off of it, and we reach a bigger base.
The last two things we want to cover is the stupid shit. So what are some stupid shit you would have liked to see and stupid shit that we did see instead?
I mean, you're gonna have to define stupid shit there.
That's up to you, dog. What's some stupid shit that
I mean,
you
like,
thought
it's
of?
stupid shit in a good way or stupid shit in a bad way? Like, you're talking like stupid, like ridiculous shit, or stupid as in like that was just dumb.
More of, I would say more of a negative impact, stupid shit, more than a positive. Oh, that's some crazy stupid shit. I would say more negative.
Then I wouldn't want to see any stupid shit at all. You see what I'm saying? Stupid shit we'd like to see instead.
I got this.
I just
Stupid shit I'd like to see. I didn't have any real expectations besides what we didn't get, which is like some cooler Pokemon battles. You know, there wasn't like, even the Charizard Pikachu thing wasn't really a Pokemon battle. It was Charizard just doped up, just fucking like and Pikachu's just dipping. But I would have liked to see some actual Pokemon battling, like maybe one or two here or there. And then I would have liked to see, when I heard that the city was, you know, Pokemon living equally with like humans, you know, I'd have liked to see, you know, just a random shot of like some fucking like gold ducks and some dudes just like playing dice in an alleyway or some shit, you know. Or they're like throwing back shots, you know, playing checkers. I'd like to see like I don't know, one of those like apes. What are they called? The purple apes that went crazy in the beginning.
Apox, something like that.
Apops or whatever. Yeah, I'd like to see them like in the park playing like dominoes and shit, and just be like, "Domino, bitch," or "Apop, bitch." You know, just seeing like more fucking actual interacting, you know, or like a fucking Pokemon working at the convenience store, you know, behind the counter. They go in to buy some snacks while they're like, you know, they're talking, walking down the street. Ooh, we gotta find a new lead. Yo, Pikachu's like, I need some coffee. Let's go in here real quick. And he's getting some coffee, and like the dude's like, you know, I want some lottery or some shit, you know, like talking to the other Pokemon, like, yo, it's lottery
like
tickets,
Pokemon
dog.
having more
you know?
of a human role.
Yeah. Since they're supposed to be living side by side, I would like to see something like that.
Like you would see like a Poliwrath in a suit.
Yeah.
He's just like,
you see, all right.
You see like
he's like outside of a bar,
like a bouncer or some shit. Like,
you see like a fucking Bulbasaur just tying off his arm with his vine and like injecting some like X attack or something, some like X attack, or like popping rare candies, just an underground rare candy ring, you know, just some stuff like that might have been cool to see. Just see more of stuff like that. You know, and that is how you define stupid shit you would like to see.
Stupid shit that we did see instead, I'm gonna go for this one first. Was the fucking Pikachu blimp. That shit was so fucking ugly. It didn't even look like Pikachu to me. That shit was like deformed. I was like, this is some stupid shit.
It's like most blimps.
Yeah, so I didn't like the other one. Seemed like okay. It was just a Pikachu one was like, that looks kind of dumb. I would like to see more Ditto interaction too. I felt the Ditto. I thought that was a unique thing, and then it was just like,
oh my god!
It was like a twist that wasn't fucking like a twist there that was like, oh, it was Ditto the whole time. It's like we didn't do fucking shit, and then they just looked creepy.
Well, no, because I mean, like, it kind of made sense with Ditto because they slightly foreshadowed him in that one TV scene,
him like walking away,
and then like you never see it again until
know?
It comes back up as a twist. So like, I understand why they didn't do much with it. Otherwise, you're like, wait, there's Dittos fucking everywhere doing all this shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, he's got a big brain thought.
What gender is Ditto? What's Ditto's gender?
All right,
and
so
another thing,
the rating.
Before you get any ideas,
just Dittos trapping humans.
that's probably why you didn't see any of them. They're probably all in brothels.
Yeah,
maybe.
What do you want me to be, baby? God damn it.
You know what, though?
I can be anything
you kind of have to bag them, though, because they got the weird eyes going on. Dude.
Always
butterface Dittos.
God damn it.
This is the weird Ditto eyes.
Pulls off his pants and you see Apache helicopter. It spins.
They've got some like attachable like suntan glasses that just go over your eyes. You're just like, all right, let's do this.
Like 3D glasses, but black.
Yeah, they have to wear
tape
their
at
own
the
little
top.
eye contacts.
That's what I'd love to see. I'd love to see a Ditto on a street corner late at night, just stuffed into some like of those heels, with like the straps that like fishnet across. You know what I'm saying? Like the typical hooker heels.
Yeah.
Being like, what up, dog? And then she just like changes into a woman and gets in the car.
God damn it! A darker. So overall, we would have liked to saw a darker side of the city,
Definitely.
and more human roles put upon some of these Pokemon that are supposed to be like equals in the city. I could see that. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I would like that. So I guess we'll go through ratings and then last words.
I give it a 7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 for Stu.
5.5. It was a fun movie. I probably won't ever see that shit again.
5.5.
Both of you
For Jacob.
5.5? Okay, yeah, I was like, you're hesitating on this. Are you also doing that?
No, I'm
Stealing his fucking
giving
ratings too? Okay.
Hell no. I'm giving it a 2 out of 3
I fucking hate
for the
this
K
man.
rating.
I hate this man.
Oh man. You know what really was the stupidest shit we did see? Was that goddamn mountain turtle scene again. I'm thinking about it more and more now. It's like if you were on a skiing trip and you went through like an avalanche, or like you crashed down like a double black diamond slope and you were like, oh man, I made it out fine. And you're walking into the lodge and then an icicle impales you.
Yeah.
God,
Exactly.
damn. That's like the Game of Thrones season 8 endings.
Whoa, now spoilers. That came out even more recently than Pikachu. Come on, man, you hold us back.
Yeah, I'm good. You guys are good.
Yeah.
That was a good
I'm
little
not good.
discussion.
I'm probably gonna need a whole bottle of vodka.
God damn it.
Maybe an ice cold foot bath. Toast would probably be all right.
I'm good with it.
All right. Well, that'll conclude the Young Redacts review of Detective Pikachu.
What was that motion?
That was the okay.
Is that
Julio.
like that? Kind of looks like some like air jerking motions right now. Like,
oh
you're
my
just
god,
going
why
at
didn't we
it.
see any Pokemon gangs, dog? Yo, we're Gen 1s, dog.
Yeah, someone I forgot who it was.
All right, this is
Someone said,
outtakes. I don't even care about this anymore.
Someone said
Yeah.
something about Squirtle Squad not being in the fucking movie.
Oh, that would have been lit,
That would have
dog.
been dope.
All right. Last thing we just need to do is we just need to have a part where we didn't in the beginning, so we're gonna need to crop this out at the end and put it on the front. This is a spoiler review. If you haven't seen Detective Pikachu yet, get the fuck out. This is spoiler as hell. Thank you.
Jon Snow dies.
I like that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to say?
I'm
Other
good
than
with
that?
it. I'm good with it. I am good with it.
We out.
Okay.
We're done. Where the bald eagles at?
We forgot about the card.
This shit.
The best part of the whole movie.
That's not even legal.
You get this card.
That's not even legal. In
That's the
tourneys.
only reason why people go see these movies.
It's not
You
tourney
get the
legal. If
card.
it ain't tourney legal, oh yeah,
No, it's all about the duck
designbyhumans.com/Redacts. Go get
Redacts.
the merch.
Hey, it's
Go
I wasn't
purchase the
expecting
merch.
this to like be so soft. Honestly,
Merch.
this is soft as hell.
Yeah, this is pretty nice too. Go purchase the merch, boys. Designed by humans.
Oh my god, look at that white. Oh, it's freaking out.